What's good with it, Black Goose TV family? As always, I'm coming at y'all with some of that good boxing news, the feel good boxing side of the game. As always, we hitting y'all with a little bit of something different. If y'all got something to say about the difference and the beautifulness that I'm bringing to y'all when it comes to the boxing side of the game and the analytical side of this motherfucking combat sport, drop it in the comments below. I love it when y'all talk shit. I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me feel amazing because I'm like, how can you hate me so much that you don't know me, but you watched enough so you can say some disrespectful shit in the comments? That's love right there. Y'all don't know it. Y'all think it's hate. That's really love. Anyways, let's get into it, y'all. Once again, positivity, blessings, salutations. Hopefully everything's going good, y'all. Way Black Goose TV family. But Errol Spence, baby, we're going to talk about it. Obviously, it makes sense. Errol Spence versus Ugas is happening this weekend, right? It's happening this weekend, happening this Saturday. We're coming off a fire-ass weekend of fights last weekend. You know what I'm saying? They're doubling up on us, baby. Doubling up back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? On some Drake shit. For Spencer's Ugas this weekend. So I can't wait for that. Make sure y'all check out the Fluence Lounge this Saturday because you know we're going to be going live for that joint. But anyways, what am I talking about? What are we getting into and what are we discussing? Or at the very least, what do I want to know, Black Goose family, your opinion on? It has to do with this article. Obviously, you guys can see it over here. It's coming from Boxing Scene. Spence said it himself. I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. Just can't sit around and fight a tune-up. Now, I'm not surprised by this particular quote from Errol Spence. The reason why I'm not surprised by this is because obviously Errol Spence has had, you know, an unprecedented, last 2 years when it comes to a boxer and the things that he's went through, as far as the car crash and surviving in that. Obviously the retina problem, got surgery, got that fixed. These are two significant things. Obviously, from the car crash, had to have his whole jaw like rewired, teeth, new teeth put in, all types of different things. So, and you can kind of see it too. Like when he talks now, he was always very subtle. He didn't say much, very less emotion. But now, in my opinion, I do really I can see the difference in how he talks after the surgery. It does seem like I could just kind of tell there's a difference in how he talks, in my opinion. If you guys disagree with me, drop it below. But I think there's a little bit of a difference after the surgery of how he talks and speaks. It seems like it can hurt in a sense, or maybe it doesn't hurt, but it just seems like there's just something going on. But anyways, that's speculation. That's allegedly, nothing that is real. That's just what I'm seeing from my, naked eye. But, with that being said, I'm not surprised once again by this particular comment, because I think even though, Errol Spence is a young 32, most people would look at it where it's like, man, why are you even thinking about this now? You have such a bright future, a lot of things going on. What he's experienced in the last couple of years, I think he realizes anything can happen. This life isn't yours. Anything can be taken away at any time. And then also, you have to realize, or you have to understand that with such a traumatic injury, as your body gets older, it's going to react differently to it than if it never happened, right? So if he's 32 now with no car accident, maybe just a retina injury, we're talking about something a little bit different as he gets older, right? We're talking about something where it's like, okay, he can maybe take some time off, or if he does, end up fighting and, he takes less damage, that's something that's going to grow stronger, not necessarily going to be able to negate his progress. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the particular car crash with the retina, coupled together, it's very hard to not see Errol Spence's body starting to deteriorate faster, respectfully, as he gets older than he would if he didn't experience those things. And it's regardless whether or not he has wars or he fights the best. I think if he's just in the ring, period, his body is going to deteriorate faster because of the traumatic injuries it's been put through. You can look at a lot of guys, i.e. Kell Brook, when he had those two retinal injuries back to back, fighting Triple G and fighting Triple G and Spence Jr. And then obviously having to take the time off. Some people thinking he was never going to come back, be in the best shape or whatever. And he's just now kind of having a resurgence again. Even though he had such a bright future when he took on those two Triple G and Errol Spence, we thought he was going to go. His trajectory was just all the way up, but those injuries really put him back. We've seen it a million times, right? That's just one example. I can name so many others, but in this particular sense, I think Errol Spence is so grounded. He understands the game. He understands the business. He understands his body. He's not delusional. He always lives in reality. His goal, or I won't say his goal, but the way he presents himself is a lot of times the words that come out of his mouth, he means what he says and he says what he means. So I think he understands that there is a big possibility there can be some long-term effects from that car accident specifically that I just can't guess. You know what I'm saying? I can't predict. So I have to look at it as if, look, I need to get the biggest fights, or at the very least, I need to get the fights that I want, that I feel like is going to make sense to my legacy in these next 2 to 3 years, because I don't know how my body will react to such tough fights against, what I'm saying, top level opponents when I'm 35, 36 years old, simply because of that car crash. That's what I personally think. That's how I see it. Obviously, I didn't read the full statement. That's what we're finna get into right now. So let me go ahead and get into the nitty gritty and see specifically what Errol Spence said on this particular subject. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my way down, and let's see, starting right here. Let's get into it. I did have, it's almost two career-ending injuries. That's what I just said. So, I feel like I'm on borrowed time right now. So everything I'm saying is, yeah. So, I can't just sit around and fight a tuna fight, and then, God forbid something may happen or anything like that. And some people are probably saying, why would you think that way? That's because it's happened to him. So he has to think that way. He has to live like a lot of people don't want to live in reality. And actually, it's very refreshing to see somebody in the position that Spence is to live in reality, because a lot of times to be great, to get to the greatest level, there's a level of delusion. And there's one thing I've always respected about Errol Spence and a guy like Terrence Crawford. There was never an air of delusion. It was always straightforward, live in reality. I put in the hard work, so the work should be able to have the outcome that I think is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So he continues to say, so, send me straight in with other sharks, And I feel like Ugas, he's a tough fighter. And he's going to come to fight. He's going to push me to that level. And that's what I wanted training camp and everything. I wanted an opponent that's going to push me, because I knew if I fight a tune-up or anything like that, like I could, sneak snacks in at night, do other stuff, because, I'm not fighting somebody that I feel like that's on my level, but I'm fighting someone who's on my level, so I'm 100% prepared. So I absolutely love that statement from Spence, I think he's just being honest. He's letting you guys know, like, look, at the point of career I am, and what I've been through, I can't just sit back and be like, hey, let's take this fight. I got to take the top level guys, because I don't know how long I'm going to be here, or how long I'm going to be top level, how long my body's going to respond to, these hard training camps and, these worldly level competitors. Like, I got to make the most of what I have now. And I just have to accept that. I can't be salty about it. I can't feel away. I just have to go in there with, the strongest and the toughest, if I can get it, and make the most of it. So I like, hearing that from Errol Spence. I think it just goes along with his character, where he's just being 100 always. I want to know what you guys think about this. And obviously, the more we hear from Errol Spence leading into this fight, the more, us as boxing fans, we can't deny the fact that we're probably going to see an Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight before either one of them retire. And we might see an Errol Spence Jermell Charlo fight too. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But let me know what you guys think about this particular article and Errol Spence saying this. You agree with anything I'm saying? Do you disagree with everything? Do you think I'm a complete idiot? I don't care, man. Drop it in the comments below. It all helps the algorithm. Keep pushing this channel to be the fastest growing boxing channel of this year. Please, please, please keep supporting, keep showing love. BlakGooseTV family, as always, it's nothing but rawness, nothing but realness here. We don't edit none of these clips, baby. You see what it is, and it is what it see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of here. Salute, support, and look out for the Fluences in podcast. By the time you probably watch this, it's probably already going to be out, but look out for it.